Hi, today is 4/20/2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 610 for the year, Fried Frank. Dude, did you see Frank today? He is totally fried. I mean, I know we all call him Fried Frank because he is fried all the time, but today he went above and beyond. He is fried beyond all recognition, beyond all logic, beyond what was previously thought to be humanly possible. It's almost inspiring in a way. He's reaching beyond the stars to infinity and beyond. He's flying, dude. Fried Frank is an astronaut, dude. Poem number 611, A Flower Pot. I passed by another one of those hideous-looking marijuana stores, all bright lights and tacky display cases that looked like if you were stoned when you walked into the place, you would come down after a minute or two. A block or so later, there was a charming coffee shop called Flower and Coffee that was full of beautiful flowers, and I'm like, why can't pot stores look like this? Why do they have to look so fucking awful? I mean, I don't smoke pot anymore, but I feel sorry for anyone who does, having to walk into one of these shitty-looking places. Why do they have such bright lights? Why don't they have any paisley and lava lamps and other hippie shit? Okay, maybe not everyone wants to go to a hippie pot store, but I would think some people would. I would think some people would love a store called Flower Pot that would be like that coffee shop with the flowers, except with marijuana instead of coffee. I have half a mind to open Flower Pot myself. I think I could make a lot of money, and I also think I'd be improving the neighborhood. Someone better try to talk me out of this soon, because I'm not entirely joking. Poem number 612, No Turn Unstoned. I wish to leave no turn unstoned. I'd like to sit down with every available turn and every unavailable turn and get them so high that they either won't be able to stop turning or they won't be able to turn at all. I want them to be so totally baked that each of them will forget whether it is a turn or a choice or a fork in the road or a fork or a spoon or a knife or an umbrella. Every turn will have to wait its turn because it takes time to get a turn stoned. But mark my words, this is happening. I will leave no turn unstoned. I will not rest until every single turn is stoned out of its ever-loving gourd. Poem number 613, Bake and Wake. He had spent a lot of time trying to figure out a way to get high in his sleep so that he wouldn't have to wake and bake, because when he awakened, he would already be baked. He tried lucid dreaming, but something would go wrong every time. Either he couldn't find anyone who was holding, or his dealer wouldn't give him any because he still owed money from the last time, or he was all set and the bong was loaded, but he couldn't find a light. Whatever the obstacle, it couldn't be removed, and he would wake up every morning unbaked. Last night it occurred to him to set his alarm an hour before he needed to wake up. He took a gummy and went back to sleep. Then he woke up an hour later totally high. He wasn't baked because you need smoke in order to be baked. But you can't have everything, and even if you could, you'd have a lot bigger problems than figuring out how to bake before waking. And the last poem of the day, poem number 614, Weed Farmer. If you're a weed farmer, then weed is not a weed, it's your crop. If wheat is your crop, then everything else would be a weed. Corn, potatoes, tomatoes, trees, beanstalks, daisies, daffodils, roses, orchids, poppies, and so on. If you're a weed farmer, part of your job is to weed out everything that isn't weed. But of course, if you're a weed farmer, you know this already. You don't need agricultural or horticultural or any kind of cultural tips from me. You're a weed farmer, and you probably know what you're doing, and you probably know what day it is. All right, dudes, I appreciate you.